Welcome back to the channel. I'm glad you stopped by. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to be going over the 5 best defenders as a solo queuer. Quick note, if you guys didn't know already, I did a video for a straw list. I'll have it linked below in the description. Starting off with the number 5 spot, I'm going to have to give it to the native Canadian operator, Thunderbird. Not only does she have her heals, but she has an amazing kit. The spear and the bearing 9, as well as your choice of impacts or nitro, give this character a little bit of a flexibility. Let's talk about the spear first. This is the only one of 3 assault rifles that the defense has access to, the other 2 being the 416 on Jaeger and the AUG on Wamai. This powerhouse of a weapon does 42 damage at 700 rounds per minute, capable of taking down anyone up to 3 armor in 3 shots at 10 meters or closer. The upside is that this gun has a little to no recoil, so headshots come often, but if they don't, the damage is immense. The secondary weapon department isn't lacking either. With the choice of the bearing 9, last second up close combat is handled with ease. While the bearing 9 is no SMG-11, it still holds up with an impressive 1100 rounds per minute at 33 damage. It has a bit more recoil, but it also has 25 bullets plus 1 in the gun for a true bullet hose. Impacts or nitro, pick your poison. Nitros are always good for freebies or plant denial, while impacts give you the option to roam or make any site rotates if you like rotate potential. I often switch between either, always depending on what my enemy or what my teammates are doing. The Kona Station, the ability that makes T-Bird unique and got her in the top 5 of this list. If you've never seen these gumball machines in action, think of a Jaeger ADS that heal you when you take any sort of damage. It's what Doc wishes he could be, unlimited heals. To a degree. Like Jaeger ADSs, Thunder's Kona stations recharge after 1 use. She gets 3 of them, so you can sack all 3 or be a team player and sack them in positions that are vital to holding down the site. It is solo queue after all, so you do you. Next at number 4, we have Alibi. This tricky bitch can be such an annoyance to anyone on the attack, but there's more to her than just that, earning her the number 4 spot. Alibi has the MX4 or the ACS-12 as her primaries. I only mention the ACS-12 because this auto drum mag slug round shotty can be loads of fun, deadly, and useful. But the true star is the MX4. This SMG did receive a nerf some time ago, increasing its recoil, but it wasn't enough to make this weapon bad by any means. Sitting just under 1000 rounds per minute at 950, it is not a bad gun that has 30 bullets and 1.5 to back it up. Although the damage can feel minimal at 26, like the spear, this gun can find heads of your enemies pretty easily. The Kratos, and the Bailiff are the 2 options you get as secondaries. Not very compelling either of them, but the Bailiff does see the light of day because of its ability to open hatches, make rotates very shittily and slowly, as well as lines of sights. So the Bailiff isn't the worst thing in the world, but as a reliable secondary for kills, you may as well throw your gun at them. But given the Bailiff's abilities, you have more leniency when it comes to what util you can bring, impacts or a shield. Shield's great for the team and for your Alibi holograms, but impacts save you time for rotates or get you out of a pinch quicker than the Bailiff. This is what makes Alibi excel when it comes to the roam game. She's quick, elusive, and has so much rotate potential. Alibi's hologram / projections. This is what can be annoying for the attack. These holograms ping enemies anytime you shoot it, but it also tells you who they are. Staying close to these holograms can reward you free kills, since for the most part enemies won't hold the angle in which they shot the fake while they get pinged. But these prismas have more uses than just ping and annoying the enemy. They can be used as intel. If a prisma is randomly disappeared, then an enemy shot it and is coming from that direction. Alibi gets my number 4 spot. At number 3, we get a 2 for deal. Mute and Smoke, the SAS Mossberg Shoddy SMG-11 GigaChads. I put these 2 together because their loadouts and setups are very similar, despite their abilities being different. If you're not running the shotgun SMG-11 combo, you've already failed. While the SMG-11 can be intimidating for new players, it's not bad, in fact, it's amazing. But first, the shotgun. The M590A1 aka the SAS Shoddy aka the Mossberg is the essential primary for the SAS defenders. Making rotates and lines of sight is the main use of this gun, but don't go thinking it can't down an elephant if needed to. This shotgun puts fear in the enemy when they know you're holding a tight space, but its companion is just as good. The SMG-11 was once a pocket sniper, but it's now a pocket rocket. This gun shoots an unbelievable 1270 rounds per minute, making it the fastest gun in the game. The legendary sidearm offers players to move around the site without feeling limited to the close range of the shotgun. While you could roam with this combo as mute, you will most likely be the site player on your team, but we'll get to that in a second. Starting with smoke, shield, or bust. Being able to hold down an area with a couple ADSs, a shield, and smokes makes smoke one of the best site defenders in the game. But what about mute? Mute has a similar job, but in a different way. As I mentioned before, you can roam as mute if you please to do so, but this is because of his jammers making it hard for attackers to locate you playing with your drones. This can be applied to the roam or the site itself. As mute, you also get a nitro, so pre-placed nitros can be abundant or be a team player and deny plant. These two SAS defenders earn the number 3 spot because they're always useful to not only yourself, but also the team in terms of their gadgets, but also their primary opening the rotates and lines of sights that the setup needs that set up the site in the first place. A weak setup is begging for failure, so I suggest you be experienced or learn common rotates before playing these ops. Moving up the podium is an operator that will remain in the meta so long as Ubisoft doesn't remove their gadget. This operator being Jaeger. Once had a pick rate of 90% and higher and a win delta that was far and above all other defenders and attackers, Ubisoft has given this man a nerf after nerf. Despite all of his changes, he's still the best for utility burn. The 416, Jaeger's bread and butter primary. Like the MX4 on Alibi, this gun received a nerf a while back. Although it was harsh at first, this gun still loads of fun to use. 38 damage at 740 rounds per minute is not a bad deal, but given its reduced mag capacity at 25 plus 1 in the gun, it can be a turnoff compared to Wamai. Unlike the other ops covered so far, Jaeger only gets one secondary option, the P12. Not a bad sidearm by any means, but you are locked to it, so you better like it. Barbed wire or bulletproof, what to use and when. Barbed is better for solo play. It gives not only you, but your team sound cues where the enemy is. The downside to any audio gadget is you need to be relatively close to it for it to be useful. But the BP, or the bulletproof, can be useful for jamming drones on or hard breach devices with its recent addition. The downside, which can and often will require you to rely on randoms to stay alive / cover you while you do so. Now the reason why Jaeger is still top 2 and not 2 at util burn is ADS's burn the gadgets thrown at it. Unlike Wamai, where his magnets still allow whatever it catches to go off, ADS's destroy whatever it is in the air. The ADSs also recharge over time, allowing for infinite burn. Granted, it's 10 seconds between each burn, but you get 3 ADSs, and when paired with a Rooney or better yet a Wamai, good luck getting rid of shields or nading someone out of position. The last reason why Jaeger is better than Wamai is his gadget is a place and forget. This allows Jaeger to be a very effective roamer. Once you place all 3 ADSs, you can get killed and still have impact on the round. Wamai has more of an impact the longer he stays alive, essentially requiring him to stay alive longer, which can be a task in itself. At the top of my list, I do have to give it to one of the most recent additions, Azami. This operator is a one-man army and underutilized even in higher ranked play. Azami is the peak of solo queue op because of everything she brings to the table. Starting as usual with her primaries. With the same as Alibi, you get the choice between an SMG, this being the 9x19 VSN aka Capcan's SMG, or the ACS-12 shotgun. The 9x19 offers a very mobile up in the face playstyle, it shoots quick, it has okay damage, and no recoil. At 750 rounds per minute at 34 damage, this SMG is reliable. But with the Azami's whole shtick being reconstruction of a site and creativity, the ACS-12 is a very realistic option. Not only can you open your own lines of sight and rotates, your Kiba barriers can create pixel angles out of thin air, and the ACS-12 is essentially a DMR with a drum mag and has a 1.5 so you can hold longer angles. But if you play at a stretch resolution, don't worry, the Deagle is the only sidearm you get, so creating lines of sight is just as easy, allowing you to play the SMG. As I said, Azami's whole deal is to reconstruct the bomb site or the map, so I recommend that you use her impacts over her barbed wire. This allows you to make rotates on site, close them off if need be, or use your impacts for the roam. Although, as I said with Jaeger, you can use the barbed wire for any intel. The keep it barriers that Azami is able to wield out of thin air can be tricky, but once mastered, she's the op that you want and should be bringing at all times on the defense. These keep it barriers take 3 melees to destroy or an explosive, so with those being the only 2 counters, meaning these are bulletproof. Want to sit behind a soft wall that has a line of sight? Throw one of your kunai knives, creating a barrier below the line of sight, and now you can't get shot and you're able to pop up in dome piece an unexpected enemy. These barriers can be thrown in such ways that they can be makeshift shields. A great spot is rafters on Clubhouse, for example. But get creative, and this op can be used virtually anywhere. This is great for on-site play, but also roaming and wasting util and time. This op is the meta at the moment, and a nerf is surely to be inbound, so use it while you can. If you guys found this video useful or you just enjoyed it, leave a like. If you loved it or want to see more of my content, feel free to subscribe down below. I'll be looking to upload every week, if not every other week, so turn on notifications if you don't want to miss anything. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed and see you in the next one.